Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Roxamore Sports Network broadcast coverage of today's event, the 7-on-7 football here at the Woodland Hills Wolverina. Right now, we are looking at South Alleghney playing against Still Valley. Still Valley in the red and South Alleghney in the blue. They just had a touchdown, and let's see. So right now, the score is 6-0 right now. Actually, let me correct that. 6-6. Oh, no. No, actually, let me correct myself.
No, Max.
6-0. Okay.
I'll help you out a little bit because it is a little confusing with the scoring system. It is 6-0 South Alleghney over Steel Valley. And we mentioned last game that the schedule was subject to change. This is why that's put in. These fields were swapped to give Johnstown a couple extra games since they made the hour-and-a-half drive down here. They're going to give them as many games as possible. So they switched a couple games around. So now we have Steel Valley versus South Alleghney. As Max mentioned, Steel Valley in the red, South Alleghney in the navy blue.
What a throw that is. And what do we have here? Did it count?
It is a touchdown. They were fighting for the ball down there.
Now it's 6-6. How about that?
Now it is 6-6. Max, you're just ahead of your time.
Well done there. Still Valley going in for that extra point here. A potential to take the lead here by at least one. Or possibly two. So right now they're going in for that extra 1 point here. As they're starting at the 5-yard line here, just outside the end zone. Great catch, though. Excellent work by the quarterback. As mentioned, there's only 20 minutes for each game. So, I mean, the fact that quarterback was able to get a touchdown, the receiver was able to get a touchdown that soon, it leaves doorway open for a lot of possibilities. They did get that extra point there, particularly from number 4.
You wonder if South Alleghney going for 2 may come back to haunt them, as they could have taken the easier 5-yard option to get the 1 point. But for Steel Valley, one of the players out there right now, and again, we don't have rosters, but we know this player is out there, former Roxamore Combine member, Deshaun Johnson.
So right now we are 7-6. That puts South Alleghney back on the offense here. And so far, I mean, we're off to a pretty good start here for both these guys. Let's see if it continues. Quarterback in action here for South Alleghney. He sends it over and received by number 4 from South Alleghney. Bringing him down to the 30-yard line. So South Alleghney skating some ground here right off the bat. 7-6. With Steel Valley in the lead here just by 1 point because they got that extra point in at the end. And quarterback back in action here. Goes for that deep pass and almost intercepted there by Steel Valley. Almost. We did see that earlier when Steel Valley was playing against Woodland Hills, but not in this case. He missed that chance to get an interception here.
Yeah, this main story last year with South Alleghney is they moved out of Glassport Memorial Stadium and into a brand new on-campus stadium, Gladiator Stadium. They were able to celebrate the grand opening. They have a brand new field with field turf, track, multi-use facility. The Gladiator faithful are very excited. They got a nice video board down there. So moving out of an old, not dilapidated, because Glassport Memorial Stadium is very nice, as that is a very nice catch by the receiver there to juggle it and catch it and get enough for the first down for the Gladiators. But when you open a brand new stadium, just the excitement, the level of pride goes up. Now you don't have to worry about games being canceled. And with an on-campus stadium, now it makes everything easier for, other members of the community to not only use it, but for example, if you have a group doing the game, like the TV club, for example, now instead of hauling your stuff down to an off-campus place, now you can just take it essentially across the street. As a good job by the running back to make himself available. He was a good job. He noticed his quarterback was looking for someone to throw to, had a one-on-one matchup, and just bolted, and he was able to get open for the catch and put them in a very manageable second down situation.
Absolutely. Yeah, and going back to what you're saying, I mean, having a new facility in general, be it a new school or a new stadium, it does make a difference. I mean, you got to figure simple wear and tear. There's only so much you can do to maintain a field, and it really does change the performance of the players as well as the outcomes of certain scheduled games. So absolutely a very much needed advancement for South Alleghney. Right now they are here just outside the end zone, and it was pretty much just walked in there with a touchdown by number 20 from South Alleghney, which puts them here in the lead, 12-7, at least for now, until they get that extra point if they are successful at it.
Yeah, South Alleghney still looking for a win to christen the new stadium, as they went 1-9 last year, winning their first game at York, and then going on a 9-game losing streak and losing the 4 home games they had, losing them to Freeport, Shadyside Academy, Southmoreland, and Greensburg-Salem.
Oh, wow.
So still looking for that first win, as they're going to go for 2 again. See if they've learned from their mistakes. He has a man open on the other side, goes towards the middle, and it's intercepted.
Check it out. That will cost them.
Cost them 3 points, if I'm not mistaken.
That is right. 10-12. Still Valley behind by 2. And that was caught by number 3 from Still Valley. He is a guy that just has a knack for getting those interceptions in there. He is on the money when it comes to catching that ball, be it a receiver or on the defense. Well done there.
So on that last 2-point conversion play, now granted, his head was facing the opposite direction, but he did have a man one-on-one in coverage right by the pylon. Didn't see him, and it cost the team 3 points.
Yeah.
So 5-point swing there if they would have completed.
So, Mike, I guess they didn't learn their lesson.
They did not.
Hey, not all hope is lost for South Alleghney's Still Valley. Things are looking good for you guys right now, so let's see what you got going on here. Quarterback getting ready here for some action. He is in action right now. Eyes on the receiver, fall off, and almost intercepted there by intercepted there by South Alleghney. But excellent work there by number 4 from Still Valley. I was able to at least prevent an interception from happening. So we are still down at the 40-yard line. One thing is for sure, the quarterbacks for South Alleghney and Still Valley, they're not afraid to go deep. And
yeah, Max, it's like we almost saw the exact same play earlier when in our previous game, where the Wolverines were able to complete that pass down the sideline. Looked very similar, but Steel Valley could not finish this job. But they do a good job of completing that pass. There are a lot of space underneath. Going there is for the first down that gives them a goal-to-go situation, only down 2 points.
Yeah, number 4 from Still Valley. Very fast on his feet there. Really wish we had a roster that was accurate so I can give him the credit. I mean, he is, again, an instrumental player here for Still Valley.
Again, just like prior game, we mentioned Landon Aiken standing out in those white pants. That gentleman down there also has white pants on. Another broadcaster's dream. So if nothing else, we want to give him credit for that.
Yeah, Scouters, are you paying attention?
But even we mentioned, too, like, even something like that, if you do something, not gaudy. Remember last year we did a game, someone for Alderdice had a neon backwards hat on, and we mentioned this is the coolest guy on the field.
Yeah.
But also, if you're a college coach looking at that, you can say, wait a minute, hold on, this guy caught my eye. Let me watch him. Oh, he's pretty good. As that ball is tipped, incomplete, goes towards the woods over there. They'll bring up second down. But if you make yourself noticeable on the field, you may make one of those college coaches go, well, he stands out. Let me go watch him a little closer. Oh, this kid's really good. Let me do a little more research on him.
Absolutely, absolutely. Which is why it's so good these things are being televised. That way they can go back, analyze what they're looking at. And so far, I mean, from what we've seen here, South Alleghney and Still Valley, I mean, excellent performance, at least here in this run. Right now, the potential is looking like this game could go either way. They're here at the 10-yard line on the offense.
Yeah, second down, goal to go. His quarterback scrambles to his right. Cannot run it, so he has to make the pass. Decides someone scrolling in the end zone. It is caught! And it is rolled and incomplete as he was out of bounds, but a great effort to catch it off the ricochet there. Just unfortunately wasn't able to get 1 foot in the back of the end zone.
Right.
So 2 more shots for the Ironman.
Yeah, to me it looked like he was already out of bounds, but I mean, ideally, you're there, you do the best you can, and he certainly didn't hold back, so that probably did work out to some degree. There's probably some psychology that also plays a role into it. I mean, if you see somebody else's hands above you, it probably does mess you up a little bit. So well done there for not holding back.
And if you look at the end zone, in the back, the end zone itself is light blue, and then you see the white line to help the officials with the out of bounds. That actually helped some officials make a call in the game last year. Is that ball's thrown for a fade, incomplete, brings up 4th down. But in the season finale against Penn Hills, a controversial call in the corner of the end zone, and one of the reasons you couldn't tell if the player for Penn Hills came down with the ball or not, because he had white shoes on and he was on the white end zone.
Oh, yeah, that would make a difference. Tiny little things like that can really, it's funny how that all works out.
Yeah, who would have known that your fashion choice that day would knock you out of the playoffs?
Speaking of which, notice number 6 from Still Valley wearing that beanie. I think he's taking your advice on the standing out.
Well, it could be a beanie as that pass is incomplete, so add 2 more points to the Gladiators. 14-10, they get those 2 points after all. But you mentioned a beanie. They have these helmets that some players choose to wear. They're essentially padded. They look like space helmets, but its purpose is to stop head trauma and concussions. So that man may be wearing that just as a level of safety. Because again,
good point.
At the end of the day, these are high-level athletes running full speed into each other. Sometimes you just want to play it safe.
Getting hit by a pound of meat, a bunch of meat rather. Well done though. So far, so good here. South Alleghney here, going deep yet again. And a bit of a collision there. Stopped that reception from happening. Great work by the Still Valley defense.
Good coverage on the play. Again, good makeup speed. When that pass was let go, it looked like it had a chance, but the safety comes over, gets his hand in to knock it away. Break up that pass. It brings up 2nd down for the Gladiators. Of course, South Alleghney, a AAA school in the Interstate Conference. How about this for a murderer's row? Bell Vernon, Elizabeth Forward, Mount Pleasant, Southmoreland, Greensburg, Salem. So that pass is complete and tackled immediately for a gain of about 6 there. And these teams will play each other again this year. So that means that one of the top players in the state, Quentin Martin, gets to come to Gladiator Stadium this year. And they'll be looking for revenge as they lost 50-0 last year, but there's no shame in that as Bell Vernon won the AAA state championship last year on a fumble recovery at the goal line in one of the most dramatic games you'll ever see.
All right, so they got a lot to prove here. Let's see what we got. Oh, received by number 10, past the 10-yard line.
Yeah, beautiful over-the-shoulder catch. You know, this quarterback is placing the ball right into the hands where only the receiver can catch it. He's got a lot of nice accuracy and touch on his passes. We talked about exposure. There is a professional cameraman on the field to take pictures and videos for these kids out there to put onto their highlight tape to increase their profile and everything like that. And that is just something great to see.
Absolutely. Ooh. Taken out just outside the end zone. Number 20 had that ball. But number 4 from Still Valley did the one-hand tackle. Well, not really a tackle, but for better lack of words, did the one-hand tackle.
Hey, one more catch from number 20, and according to Blitz rules, he'll be on fire.
Yeah, absolutely. So here they go at it yet again, just outside the end zone. The potential is there for South Alleghney. Let's see what we got here. Beautifully received. And it counts as a touchdown.
6 more points for the Gladiators, now up 20-10 with an opportunity to increase it. Max, we have an event coming up pretty soon. Why don't you tell us about that?
Absolutely.
While we have a little break on the field.
Yeah, so coming up June 1st is the Roxamore Sports Network Awards Banquet, where the true stars shine, recognizing students from the Woodland Hills and Pittsburgh Public School Districts. The event will be held at the Trevini Center in Monroeville, PA. To register, go to roxamoresports.com or call 412-378-8271. And that is the Roxamore Sports Network Awards Banquet, June 1st. And we are just about ready to start this game up again. South Alleghney here, going in for that additional point. Looks like they're going in for the additional 2 points here.
Yeah, normally we'd say, what are you doing? But in this case, they're up 10, so what does it hurt to work on some plays? And you also give Steel Valley, give them no more lead to recover, but you give them more ground to cover in that end zone. So maybe that's one of the reasons why they do it.
Right. Well, that is a wrap. What a game that was. I mean, it was close. It started off close, and it ended with South Alleghney still in the show. 20-10 is the score. South Alleghney victorious over Still Valley. Yeah,
those two school names are they do become a mouthful.
Yeah, the two S's together just messing me up.
Eva Valley and an Alleghney, a Gladiator and Ironman, it all runs together.
Absolutely. Now, don't go anywhere. We got our last game coming up here in just a few minutes. You're on the Roxamore Sports Network. I'm Maximilian Kiefer, alongside with everybody's favorite guy, Mike Costa. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
So just a quick heads up, Max. I said there is one more game scheduled. That game may or may not be played. We see Amani coming on the field right now to warm up, but there's only a couple more teams here. So if the game is played, we will bring it to you. If not, we will come back and tell you it's okay. You can turn it off. You can go home and relax now.